Okay, today we're going to make a no-stir risotto. If you're too busy to stir the risotto for hours, you can use the Fuzzy Logic rice cooker with the porridge mode to make a no-stir risotto, and it's super easy. You just throw the ingredients in, and 1 hour later, it's done. So let's see how it's done. For ingredients, I'm going to be using 1.5 of the measuring cup from the rice cooker of arborio rice, 1 cup of leek, chopped very thin, broth, in this case vegetable broth, since everything is vegetable in this risotto, 4 small mushrooms quartered, a few tablespoons of butter, a half a cup of white wine, and a bunch of Parmesan cheese. So I'll melt 1 tablespoon of butter and throw the leeks inside and saute for a little bit. So after you saute for like 2-3 minutes, just to soften a little bit, you throw the arborio rice and mix everything. So after a minute or two, you just throw the white wine and stir and wait for it to evaporate a little bit, and cook like this for just a minute, just to take a little bit of the alcohol away. And you can put a little salt right now too, but don't put too much salt, since we are going to use Parmesan cheese, which is salty, and the broth sometimes is salty too. So just a tiny bit of salt right now. So then you transfer the mix from the pan to the rice cooker, and make sure you put it on the porridge mode. And the other trick is that we are going to use the porridge mark there. But remember, we had 1.5 cups, but we are going to put just one to the 1 cup mark of broth there. The reason is this way the risotto is not going to be too liquidy. And this will probably depend on the model of rice cooker that you have and some experience making this recipe. You have to tune it to the way that you like your risotto, if you like it more dry, more wet. But it's this simple. You just throw everything there and then start the cycle. So give it just a stir, then close it and cook. And this will take about 1 hour. I didn't set up the time, the correct time on the monitor there, so don't worry about the number. Depending on your model, the porridge cycle might take about 1 hour, 40 minutes, so it's just a matter of playing around with the different type of rice cooker that you have. We have a simple type rice cooker here. This one doesn't work that well for making the risotto. It comes out too dry. I think this one, because it has the Fuzzy Logic way of cooking, it makes it much better. So this rice cooker, when it's approaching the final time, it tells you like a countdown for like 5 minutes. So it was basically 45 minutes total. And you can even open right now to add the Parmesan and a little piece of butter, just to and check the spices, like if it needs more salt and so on. And also check the texture of the rice. So see, it's like, it seems very wet. But once you mix around, it's like the liquid will absorb a little more. And this is a good time to put some butter and Parmesan cheese. So I added the butter. I'm going to put a bunch of Parmesan cheese and then just mix everything. And I do like cheese on my risotto, so I tend to put a lot. Okay, so after I added the butter and the Parmesan cheese, the texture of the risotto was a little still not fully cooked. So I just kept it on the keep warm and closed the lid, and just the residual heat cooked it fully. And now it's like, see how it is drier than the last time, and the texture for it is perfect. So no work at all, just using the cycle from the rice cooker.